Okay, here are your vocabulary words from the first rotation. First word we have is appalling. Now, appalling is an adverb, so it describes a verb or an action word. So it describes what the action is like. The definition of appalling is very unpleasant and shocking. And here's an example. The student's behavior in class was appalling. They thought it was funny that someone in the class got seriously hurt. So obviously this type of behavior is not pleasant, and it's very shocking to the teacher that students would be happy that somebody got hurt. And here is an image of somebody that might be seeing something that is very appalling or shocking. Your next vocabulary word is rudimentary. Now, rudimentary is an adjective, so it describes anything but a verb, pretty much. The definition is a rudimentary knowledge or understanding of a subject is very simple and basic. So the sentence is, look how many years it took to get even rudimentary safety devices, such as seat belts, into cars. So the idea is these are very basic safety features that we have in cars, but it still took many years to get it. And here is an example of some very rudimentary math skills. If you don't know that 2 plus 2 equals 4, you'll have a very hard time doing geometry and algebra. So they're the very basic skills you need. Your next word is regiment. And regiment is a noun, and what a regiment is a large number of people, animals, or things. Usually you will hear this word used in military. And the sentence is, they were to be transformed into armored regiments by the time World War II came along. Okay, so they were going to be a group of soldiers ready to go into battle together. And there's an example of what a regiment might look like. Your next word is slogan, and that is also a noun. And what a slogan is a short phrase that is easy to remember and is used in advertisements or by politicians, organizations, etc. So your sentence is, in Kenya, the children were chanting the slogans, free education, free education. So that would be an example of a spoken slogan. Here are examples of some company slogans that you may be familiar with. Stout is your next word. Stout is also an adjective. Okay? Stout means fairly fat and heavy or having a thick body. So example sentence is, I have grown too stout to fit into my karate uniform. I really need to lose some weight. Now usually stout might be big and tough, but it really could generally mean just big as well. So here is a stout individual looking ready to hurt people. Your next word is not a full word, but rather a root word, meaning it is part of a word, but it holds most of the meaning of a word. And this word is semi, and it means partly but not completely. So an example is a semi-automatic gun will load the bullet, but will not shoot it unless you press the trigger again. Therefore, the gun is only partly automatic. It only loads automatically. And there is a semicircle. It looks like you're missing half of the circle there. The next root word is mono. Now, mono means one. Okay, so here's an example. A monoplane is a plane with only one wing on each side. Simple enough. And there's a little visual to help you remember that mono means one. Next, we have the word post. Now, post is also a root word. And what post means is after. So, for example, you might see a postgraduate student is a student that takes classes after they already graduate. Okay? And here you have somebody allowing them to go through the door after them, or post. Okay, so just a way to remember that post means after. And your next root word is poly. Now, poly is the antonym to mono. Poly, means many. And an example is some devout Mormon men have polygamous marriages. They have many wives. And there you go. A man with many wives. A polygamist would be what they would be called. Your last root word is do or duo, and it means two. So for example, many cowboys used to settle their arguments with a duel. A duel is a fight with weapons between two people. Okay? And here is a picture of a duet, a group of two individuals that are going to sing a song together.